All right, here we are. There we go. Okay, Alex, we're finally here. Gonna get the ball rolling. So, this might be in some ways a quicker stream. We got pretty much all short rolls and only 3 rolls. Yeah, Alex, the first client of the CG Buen film services. So, everybody, thank you. Then we got 2 more 120 rolls, which are just generally shorter. So, good to go. Hoping that my sound is coming in all right. All right. Checking my levels. Okay. So let's get it rolling. Alex, the first 2 send rolls through this service, and over a test roll. We'll just kind of see how it went. This film, Superior 400. The chemistry. Maybe working towards the middle-ish of the chemical's lifespan. I need to cut this end because it's not aligning quite properly. Grab these scissors. I have it right in front of me, so it's like really convenient. Just trying to get more prepared for this stream than usual, but end up coming in a little later. All right, perfect. Okay. So, hey, Spelunk Punk, welcome back. Always fantastic to have you. Let's see, is this coming in? Alrighty. Hope you've been doing well. Saw a couple of those shots that just sent over. Super awesome. Alright, let's go with this. Get this as in focus as possible. And I think if I close this, should be decently in frame. All good, all good. Let's close this up. Alrighty. Let's get it going. Start a tether, and we'll call this Alex01. And we'll start it at 1. New tether up. And we've done some Superior, so let's throw one on. Alrighty. Alex, if you're out there. Ooh, that's a weird one. Ew, we were doing this. This was a while back, this preset. This preset isn't even accurate, what I wrote here. So we can get something else. Well, let's see if we could just reset. Let's reset. Oh, is this way off? Why is this so off? Alright, we're gonna do... What did he say? So the preset is right. The shooting specs are not. So we're gonna go to F10. ISO 100. We're going to delete this guy. Delete that from disk, and then reset this. And hopefully we'll do a little better. There we go. Very cool, very cool. All right. About 24, 25 shots on this row. That's cool, Alex. Alex's place, I'm guessing. I've never been. But we could probably go and do some different coloring. You could see there's like a little bit of this light leakage, I suppose. Did I do the same ones twice? I did. Let's delete this guy. Reset. Let's get this shot. Alex messing with the exposures, it seems like. Looks like he actually got the date right. Always got to keep that date right. I think on my camera, all these like date settings are always off. Number 5. It's real good. Bunch of test shots or something. Ooh. Alrighty. Just trying to get this out of the way here. Okay. Alrighty. Continuing along. Huh. Alex's finger got in the way. Very cool. Some of these pretty underexposed. But at the same time, it could be the preset. So I think it's like right now is a good time, especially like right here. So maybe try and go and see if we can correct any colors through NLP. Let's try it out. Roller skating. Alex, you want roller skating? Or your friend here had roller skates? I had a pair of roller skates once. I didn't make very good use of them. Wished I did in retrospect. I wished I still had them. Let's see if we sync this. What changes? That's a lot better. All these colors. So we'll save this preset. Preset working well for us. This is Alex01. S400. Have 10, 160, 100. Cool, cool. All right. Ooh, we could. I feel like we could make some out of this. Also, I think I didn't set the preset properly. Alex01. Ooh. Wait, Alex, what camera is this? If Alex is still there. It's real nice. This one came out a little dark. Ada says, I feel like I can't hear you at all through PC browser, but mobile sounds fine. Okay, let me try to boost this up. Okay, is this any better or is it exactly the same? If it's exactly the same. Alex, which one did you like? This one? The previous one? This guy right here? This guy right here? This one's real good. Has my sound changed at all in the last minute? Let me know if it has or hasn't. Alright, continuing along. Alex, what camera did you shoot this with? Class. Right on. It's a good camera. It's a good ass camera. First roll. Damn. These shots really make me want to get a pair of roller skates again. Solid. I like how this part right here is what's in focus. Let's stay 6 feet apart. Alex, thank you for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Everybody welcome. For folks out there, thank you for being here tonight. This is real good. It's a good camera. $15 months. Can y'all believe it? Damn, yeah, these shots. This is like, I mean, other than this guy right here, that's probably one of the, I think thus far this might be one of the best shots, just in terms of all of the, I don't know, all of the texture here. Ada, if you're still there, I'm hoping that my volume has changed. If not, I can try to make a few more adjustments. Is this your little baby nephew, Alex? Nephew? Niece? Nephew? Oh, a tiny bit? Alright. I'm gonna try to make a real quick change. Slight change. Give me a second here. Think it's fine? Okay. Well, I'm using software to boost my decibels up by like 2. Okay. Hopefully I'm better. What's your nephew's name, Alex? Ada says, I think it's fine. You should shout, like talk with all caps. Okay, hold on. How do I go into streamer mode? I don't want to get the sounds. Okay, enable streamer mode. All right, there we go. Joseph, little baby Joseph, huh? The wee little baby Joseph. Solid camera, man. I should shout. I'm sorry, I haven't been shouting. That's a nice one. I like this cam angle. Oh, okay. Hold on, I'm gonna push it back a tiny bit. Get a little more head. The detail is nuts on this glass. Yeah. It's real nice. Yeah, this is like definitely like another step up from a lot of the shots I've seen you shoot, for sure. So it's real good. All right, last one of the roll. Ooh, way overexposed. Let's see. We could do something with this. We can do something with this, I believe. Splunk Punk, you like the camera angle? I usually throw the camera here and then put up a green screen whenever I play Splatoon. But Tuesday I did it because I was just like without a green screen because I was just like too lazy and I was like running late to stream. But I usually like putting, you know, the face on angle or gamma. And the brightness down. But I think it's like a pretty like the face on is like pretty typical, and then like because it's like face on, it's like I'm not looking straight into a screen. Alex is gonna hop on VC in 30. Okay. Right on. Kind of trying to get this green out of there, but bring the brightness down a little bit. Bring these whites. I'm not sure about the whites. Let's go with something like that. I think that's kind of where we were. See if we can apply some like this to some of the previous ones. Whoops. With flash. This one had a lot of flash. This one's like a little bit improved. Just bringing that down a little bit. A couple couple others I think had quite a lot. But other than, I mean, yeah, they're good. Kind of good as is. I'm like not sure if I'd be obstructing them or anything. Yeah, I'm not sure that this got improved. I mean, there's a giant finger in the way, so I'm not sure how much you could improve it. This one I wanna try this recoloring again, but I'm not sure we can recover a whole lot, just because the exposure wasn't too high. But we'll try it anyways. We'll see where we get. If anything, we could just go a step backwards. If you like the camera angle, I might keep it like this in the future. It's just like I've always just kind of been a little embarrassed that like the way that this is set up is just you could see my sink, like my faucet. And it's like I wished, I mean, it's like here's the countertop. The countertop, it's like it's not that I'm embarrassed. It's more like wish there was like kind of something a little bit more interesting from this angle. This one does look a little bit better. Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah. So yeah. There you have it, Alex. Your roll of film. So, yeah, this is the singular roll of film. I got 2 more of my own to scan. But for anyone who is out there, lurking, interested, I set up a new film command here. If anybody's interested, I am taking commissions right now to develop and scan your film. And I offer extremely competitive prices, I think, just for the purposes of putting this together on stream and making sure that everything's right here. If you like what you see, this is, Alex's film. If you like what you see in terms of colors and just how things turned out, let me know. Hit you up when I get a film camera in the future. Okay, so I'm going to be perfectly 100% honest. I threw this on the form, but I've never tried it before. I've never actually developed a disposable like film camera before. I actually have one ready to be developed, but I didn't get to it in this tank, just because there wasn't enough space in the tank with the other 2 medium format rolls to go along with Alex's 35 roll. That's probably going to be on the next tank, and we're just going to go and see what happens. But I don't imagine it to be too terribly hard. I just looked it up, and it doesn't. I mean, you just pop out the roll from inside. But if you ever got any disposable cameras, we'll kind of see how this next one goes. And yeah. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. Spelunk. Much appreciated. So, gonna move on to the next 2 rolls. The next 2 rolls are 120, so I'm gonna have to switch up this setup a little bit. On top of that, I'm thinking of transitioning backwards towards the non-full border, full frame border adapter. I spent all this extra money on the full frame, like the full border, whatever you call it. Let me find out exactly what it's called. The full border scanning guides. Dropped a bit of money on it. and I'm trying it out, and it's like, yeah, it's cool that you get the full borders on the 120, but you're less apt to have the film lay flat, and I think that that's like kind of a huge deal breaker. So I'm gonna go and try a couple of things here. I forgot something on the shelf. A second while I grab that. Andy, I don't know if Andy is on the stream or anything. Or Alex, if Alex is still there and has noticed. I am wearing this for the first time, wearing this Travis Scott shirt, which is like the shirt where it was like, yeah, there's no way this is gonna turn out good, and so you end up buying it, and then like, ooh, when you know you're right. It's just like buying it as an experiment. It's like, yeah, there's no way it's gonna look like the render, but I wanna buy it and see what it's gonna look like. This is a good one. This shot, bringing all the flash down, I think has helped a lot. Alrighty, so there's that. Here is this guy. I think I'm gonna need to like rotate the copy stand. But I am also there's a quite a bit to do here. Give me a second. Make some adjustments to the setup that we have here. Quick adjustments. Alright. So, we're going to lift this guy off. I'm going to change one of these things here. It's like the scanning guides, the border scanning guides, like the replacement that I bought, basically came in a couple of parts. One is one part that you use on the door you lift off, and another part is the A&R glass that you just kind of set down. And I'm curious if I put the let's see, if I put the original door part but retain the A&R glass. I'm curious to just see what would happen. Alright. I'm left to wonder, what step have I forgotten? Is this kind of it? I know that no one can really even see anything. I apologize for that. It's not easy to get this overhead camera set back up to show HDMI, unfortunately. But I'm trying to get through it here. Let's see. very bizarre here. This installation. Let's try to take this guy off a little bit more. See if we can wriggle it out. Kind of goofy thing I'm doing here. Okay, we got it out. So I'm gonna put this original door back, and let's see if there's gonna be any measurable change here. And I'm gonna try keeping this A&R glass, and we'll see how badly I regret it. If I end up ruining the A&R glass somehow, or I don't know. We'll see. Interesting. Looks like I'm sending all kinds of crazy sound to Discord for some reason. Alright. Lost a screw somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Original door is back. Interesting. Okay, so it still does, in fact, work with the A&R glass. But let's go and let's see what happens when we try using this. I'm gonna go grab one of the 2 rolls of film. I guess we'll go in order. I did shoot them in order. So the first one, if anyone can still hear me here. The first one is in C41 black and white. It's an untraditional, non-traditional black and white that you can develop in C41 color negative chemistry. All right, so get this back on. And I believe now, let's take a look here. We can close this guy. Let's reopen Digicam control. I'll just kind of thread this. I'll thread this through, and we'll just kind of see. You know what? I am going to. Yeah, I kind of have to rotate this. I always forget that I have to do that. And it's primarily just because the overhead camera is like not set up right specifically for 645 film. Like it kind of has to be done in the other orientation. So let's see how much danger we can put ourselves in here when you're trying to do this. Ooh, the heaviness. That's hefty. Oops. Yeah. I am going to, yeah, there's a little bit of a plugging and unplugging I'll have to do here. Give me a moment while we sort all of this out. We're gonna get it though. We are going to get it for sure. Alrighty. So, plug the light back in. Get this on. Have a vague attempt at repositioning this. Let's get the film in without the brush. Struggle to get it in, of course. All right. So it definitely, I think it cuts off, the frame borders again, but we do retain. Hang on, I gotta close this. We do retain nice flatness, and we do retain some of it to begin with, which is kind of all you could ask for. Alrighty, let's try autofocusing this. There we go. What else do I want to do? I mean, I guess we can zoom in a little bit more. It actually retains a really nice amount of it, so this might have just been the answer. Oops. Yeah, this might be it. Okay. Close that up. Oh, Andy. Andy redeemed a package. Also, did all the music stop, or is it just me? I think it stopped because I might have turned the sound lower. Christopher. So I'll open that package probably after doing these rolls for a couple reasons. I would want to get this reset up back to show off this package because I don't want to mention it right away. But the one singular package I have for today is super sick, and so long as there's any keyboard streamers on, I think it would be a good one. It'd be a good one to have for keyboard folks to see if there are any towards the end of stream. So I'm recalling also one of the issues that I think I have is never being certain if this is positioned right in the middle, but it kind of is, so we're good. I think I can just base it off of the little center point here, so I'm just going to do that. All right. New tether. Andy, welcome. Also, Andy, if you're still there, look at my shirt. I'm finally wearing it for the first time. It's the Travis Scott tie-dye art that they were never gonna get it right. There was no possible way that they could have ever gotten it right. All right, let's go. Open the tether. We're gonna call this. Shit, where were we? Any hints on the package? Hints. Ooh, it's a board. It's a full board. And ooh, how many more hints do you want? Because there's kind of a lot. There's a lot I can go slowly over. Let me know if you want more hints. So we're on G. Let's go with H. H. We're gonna go with 0, 1. Switch type. It's unbuilt. It's an unbuilt board. But it is MX. All right, let's try this out. This is Ilford. Black and white. Developed in color negative chemistry. I don't know if I have any XP2. Oh, here it is. Here's one. All right, here we go. Oh shit, I think I'm going backwards. Interesting. All right, no more hints. I'll keep the suspense up. All right, all right. Yeah, I went backwards. Yeah, let's take this out. I gotta go not backwards. Even if that means some of these are gonna be upside down. No more hints. Just suspense. Alrighty. I'm gonna delete this. And I'm gonna reset. Just so that we have the order right. But what I will say is this is quite nice. Ooh. Look at that. Ada, if you're watching, you got some nice shots. Every time I shoot some kind of black and white, whether it's like, you know, this like XP2 C41 or just traditional black and white, I always like do the scans, look at the pictures, and I'm like, why the fuck don't I shoot more black and white? And I think I just gotta do it more. Cause this shit gets crazy. Man, I love how it's keeping flat. And I am getting a very significant amount of this, but I'm just like worried that I might be ruining the A&R glass in some way. But maybe not. Maybe everything's fine. But this is just like way, way better. After all of that, all we just needed was the glass. And trying to take a landscape on black and white, but it's just like the exposure is just super wild. And that one was a definite no-no. It's real good. Real good. Alright, I gotta like go a little more slowly. A little more slowly because I just feel like I'm damaging the A&R glass or some. Little trip to Lake Merced. XP2. Very, very, you know, nice film that I just don't shoot enough of. I've got this bird. It's not even a great shot. Hey, it's me. Oh, let's redo this one. I'm very curious about, because this one's like the darks are very dark, so I think the contrast just came in super strong. But I can see on the film the density that like there's way more definition on that bag. Is me. It is me, Mario. Oh, it's also me. Man, every time I shoot this. Yeah, it is me. But every time I shoot black and white, I'm just like, God damn, gotta shoot more black and white. For sure. It is me. Ooh. I like this. I'm gonna redo this one as well. I feel like we can really get somewhere with that. I gotta post more on Instagram. Whether it's like film I'm just developing or old film. I used to post like at least several times a week. But COVID caught me lacking. So I've kind of slowed down a lot. Yeah, some of these definitely too dark. Some like this, real nice though. Very cool. I think they're penguins. This is Lake Merced. Little trip we took out there. So that's the end of this roll. Let's go back. Let's go back and see what we can do with some of these. Because I feel like we got some hot opportunities here. So let's try them out. Part of me is like, do you ever have to do this? Color balancing. But it's like, why the hell not? All right, we're gonna color balance to that. We're gonna run negative lab pro. And we're gonna go black and white. Convert negatives. Oh, interesting. Definitely less contrasty now that we've done this, and it's like none of the color does anything. Which is funny. It's interesting. It's like I'm wondering how much I can or should apply this to. It's like part of me wants to like just do this again like on its own. I also think I fudged that one a little because I forgot to bring the borders in. That's my bad. Alright, let's try this one. Try this one to be sure. Ooh. Ooh. Just mirrors that crazy. I feel like that's crazy. Let's bring down, let's see if we can make this a little softer. Highlight soft. Let's bring these whites down just a tiny, not a tiny bit, a little more because it's like Ada's like a little bit, too white. But maybe that's just how it should be though. This picture crazy. This might be photo of the night. This just might be. I really like this one. Holy. That's the one. I mean, we still got more. We got one more roll back there. But I do like it without the border. Almost has a dystopian feel. Did you ever read The Giver in the 6th grade? I'm always like reminded in The Giver of like how everyone apparently was just seeing in black and white. Let's try to sync. The Giver is always so unsettling. Alright, there we go. We got more definition here. This is before and after. This makes a lot more sense of a photo. I think a lot of these probably will, but this one was actually better. This one I felt like it was actually better underexposed, or just kind of like brought down a bit. But this one saw a lot of improvement. I really like this actually. Damn. I gotta do more black and white. That's all I can think of. Oh wow, that helped a lot. There was a lot that was just missing there. That one seems alright already. Let's try. I want to see how many I can bring this to. Does that get better? Ooh. I would say yes. Alright, let's try. Let's try this guy. Too bright. I think like some of these, yeah, this one can't go. I think the beginning of the roll with that lighting, gonna have to keep it there. Let's try these two. Not sure how I feel about those. I'll try resetting this one. I think this one might be worth it. The next one is a little bit different. Let's try it. Let's try it out. See what we get. I do like this better. Yeah, I do. Yeah, let's go with this one. Reset as shot. Awesome. I do like... Whoa, what happened? I do like where we went with this. That one Ada took of me. This one I think I look a little goofy. My skinny pants. And big upper body. But this one's crazy. I'm gonna reapply these to here. This one was just a little tough in terms of sort of like the levels that everyone was kind of layered with. So we'll keep these here, but I'm not sure if these are quite the ones I wanna keep around. But some of these last ones pretty good. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think like a happy camper. Some of these. And I think this one might even be good, even if the trees in the back bring it down. good contrast here. So real good, real good. All right, we got one more roll. One more roll. This is quite nice. It's like, I like scanning a lot. I'll be honest. I do. But it is nice when the scanning goes by really fast because of like having fewer rolls, fewer shots, 120 rolls, or like short 35mm rolls, like 24-ish. It's real good. All right, let's try not to put this in backwards again first. So we got some portrait here. All right. Let's see which way we go. The A&R glass is definitely an improvement over not having bought this from before. On the other hand, that door replacement was just kind of felt silly. Oops. Alrighty. Next roll. Start a new tether. Letter I. And call this 1. And this is our final roll of the night, guys. Our final roll. Let's go for 120 Portra. See if we can find something. Is Portra 800? We really have 800 here? Alright, I guess we got 800 here. Let's go with this guy. There's a couple of variants that I have here. But let's do it. Alright, this is most definitely not the one. This is more right, I think. More right. But we can still make adjustments later. Alright, it's time to make adjustments now. I just feel like neither of those two, like, why poke around when we can just do this? It's not like it's very challenging by any stretch. Let's go Negative Lab Pro. Oh, let's go with Frontier. Let's see what we get out of these. Wonder. Okay. Oh. Shit, that did nothing, did it? I pressed the wrong button. Convert negatives, that's what I need. There we go. Colors are much improved over the last. We need to even change this out of neutral. No, we'll just go with neutral. Alex, you missed the black and white roll, man. I think we might have had Pog on the last roll. But we are on the final roll of the night. And we'll see if there's going to be any more new good stuff on here. I gotta save this preset. By the way, if anybody hasn't heard, let's see who's on right now. I believe, and let me be totally certain here. Could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. Oh, he's gone now. But Lil B, the bass god, recently started streaming on Twitch, and I think he was on a day or two ago, and apparently he was on earlier tonight as well. It was the first stream I saw him, that was entertaining. That's a Lil B is a definite watch. I think for a first time streamer that went really well, especially for a first time streamer rapper. Because I think a lot of first time rapper streamers kind of go haywire really fast. Right. H Portra 800 10 and 60 100. All right. Did I call it H? This is I, isn't it? Shit. Oh. Also, yeah, this is just totally wrong. Let me adjust this I 120. There we go. Set that. Okay. Good to go. I hope. City College. It's like there's a closed off track that people jump. Someone tried breaking this for some reason. It's not like you can even fit in there. So I had to get a picture of that. Pretty cool shot. City College is cool. Little guys. Got shots of the little guys, of the little ones. I think we need like a different preset, like more another color redo for some of these outdoor shots like this. In this daytime. I think I took one and then Ada started taking these shots as well. Real good. Real good. Do I recall Ada 8? Picks are pretty on point. I should go out and shoot more. You should, man. I encourage it. I think here's what I think is the reality. Look at this skater die. I really want to actually redo the colors on this to bring that out more. Here's what I think is the reality. I think that social media and the internet, I think for all that there's a lot of bad things about it. I think like there is sort of that kind of root in like, hey, can you share your world and can you share your art? And I think that I used to find it very disappointing when people are like on social media, but then they're not there sharing, their viewpoints. But then I realized like, hey, like I kind of stopped doing that on Instagram myself, but here I am on Twitch. It's like I made a little trade-off, I suppose. It's kind of the same. Shadow hard. I think that might be the best for it. This one's interesting because this roll I'm not even needing to touch this auto for the color balance. I'm gonna try syncing these guys just to see if we're getting some a little more accurate. Some of these seem like a little more familiar in this sort of coloring. Yeah, this seems more proper. Colors coming in right. Just like definition coming in right. Looks real good. All right, I'm gonna save this preset as a second one. So we'll go I 120 portrait 800 f10 160 102, and we'll set that for this next series of next ones. Okay, let's see. And I'll try to speak up louder because I know that I'm kind of getting gated a little bit. Hey, look, another one. Alex, it's all about you. Definitely will this weekend. Going out to Crystal Cove for anniversary with my girlfriend. Right on. Right on. Congratulations on the anniversary. Should be fun. Please stay safe. I was just trying to get a shot here. I don't think this was like really... I didn't think that this was going to amount to anything. Hey, we're getting to the final portions of this roll, and these are shots I took last night just trying to fill up the roll so I could develop it. And guess what they are? The Polaris I built. Let's redo these colors off the bat. It's this Polaris I'm using right now. Keyboard. Yeah, that didn't turn out so hot on that preset. But we'll get it there. We will get it there. A yellowed HHKB. Ooh. A little much going on here, I gotta say. I feel like I definitely overexposed it. Ooh. This looks funky, I gotta say. A lot of red-ish in here. Red-ish. Your kitchen countertop is so good for photos, it's ridiculous. Some adjustments to be made here, I think. This, I feel like these negatives kind of went a little more out of whack compared to the last time I was shooting the that small fried JD40. I want to see if the other shots right here are exactly the same. if they'll have turned out just like this one, because like I'm messing around a lot just to try to get it to like look like it's like back to normal. This looks like more correct, but like, man, I feel like NLP really didn't know what to do with this photo. I had NLP confused. I appreciate that. I used to live in another apartment where the curtains it came with were just like a really, really, really good diffuser for all of the natural light that came in. And then I used to just have like a white table right next to it. And like, it was just like perfect. You could just take like, you know, phone photos. And we're talking about like not even recent phones. We're talking like 2016 phones, 2015 phones, taking photos with your phone against this like, you know, white table near a window. And it was fantastic. I kind of wish I had that. Jeez, you hit the jackpot. That was my last apartment. This time it's like, got to get a little more creative with the countertop. A little more creative. All right, we're gonna go with this for now. We can make more adjustments later, but let's go with this. And I guess we're making another preset. 120 portrait 800 f10 160 100. I've been using a white poster board for that kind of effect. Right on. It's like, yeah, I mean, white's real good. It's like it's all about the lighting, and yeah, like you're right. It's like sometimes it's a jackpot. Got the artisan on for this shot, but it's like it's not even in focus. So we'll see if we can get it on the next. I think I got some. I think these are rubber bands. All right, last two of the roll. Yeah, I couldn't really get it. It's like it's kind of there, but unfortunately, it's like it's not even really capturing it fully in the way that I would have liked for it to. But let's see if anything's changed on this last shot. Final shot of the night. Trying to get this to flatten out properly. A money shot. Let's try one more. Ooh. A little tiny bit better, but this is not. It's still a little. It's like I think I didn't really nail the focus because the eyepiece is small. That's my excuse. But anyways, like focus kind of set in here. I kind of wished it got in on the artisan. It's like I probably just should have made a tiny bit more of an adjustment. But it's all good. We tried, and we were also just trying to burn the film, or burn the roll so that we can develop Alex's film for tonight's scanning stream. This is where we've landed. I think color here, I think, improved by a bit, just because I added in an extra side light. These here is just all lit by like a single light. These first three. Introducing it in the very last one was a good idea and would have been better if I'd had it the whole time. I mean, these are both chill though. All right, something I've noticed here. What is this? It's shown up in a few shots here. I'm wondering, is it on the lens? I think it might be on the lens, my actual scanning lens. I'm gonna wipe this down with a little microfiber cloth. I'm just kind of like reaching around trying to find it. If not there, then it might be on the A&R glass. See if it's on the A&R glass. Let's first see if it's on the top of the A&R glass. Try it out here. Alright. It appeared to have been on the A&R glass, and it's like I think I just introduced other artifacts into it. So I think this little dot might have pervaded every single one of my shots, or every single one of my scans. But I mean, it's chill because I can just take it out. Like I could just, spot heal it. It's just like, it's so ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. You see this? Hold up. Right there. Same one. Every single shot. It's like if I rotate it, we'll find it. Gotta check this A&R glass before I throw down the film. So silly. Silly this was. It's all good. It's fine. It's like I can spot heal it, or I can just redo it all really fast. It's cool. Yeah. So that's that for the film. I think we kind of know what the pog is of the night, though. It's like it had to have been this one here of Ada sitting on the park bench. This one's crazy. I love it. See if we can get it bigger. Get it bigger for all your screens out there. Let's see. I just forget how to close all this shit. Trees just feel so surreal. It's crazy. This the glass. The glass here is wild. This reminds me, you know, it's like she's sitting like this, and I think I told her this when she, after I took a shot. It like reminds me of fuck. Hold on, I'm just gonna find it real quick. Give me a second. I almost have it up. So yeah, there you have it. Alrighty. Let me go and get all of this other stuff kind of redone here because I do want to show what's in this package, and I'll leave that up. I'll leave that up for anyone who might want to roll in to see. Whoops! Whoa, that was unexpected. What happened there? Turned that off and it just kind of went all crazy. Library. Let's go back. I want to see that shot again. There we go. Alrighty. So we are finished scanning for the night. In the meantime, feel free to enjoy the soothing sounds of this royalty-free lo-fi hip-hop list while I get all this stuff set up again. And you'll just see my torso moving around because I'm not going to move this face cam. Meanwhile, I do have this head-worn mic, so as I move around, you still should hopefully be able to hear me as I move around my apartment. My goal here is I'm going to probably just try to shift all this stuff and then do a more thorough clean later. I usually put all my copy stand stuff in another spot, but we'll leave it in the background in case anyone wants to sort of just see it there. I do have this, my new face cam lens is actually a new lens I got for my medium format camera that I've just I got an adapter for it to run it on this Nikon that I use. I'm on a Nikon system for stream, which I think is really abnormal. I think a lot of folks out there in makers and crafting, keyboard streams, all that, typically I'm seeing them run Sony. A lot of higher end folks using, you know, the Canon setups and systems and all that. I think Basic Builds, she uses Fuji, which I think that's like a little different as well, but all of them are really good options, especially in comparison to Nikon. Nikon's like jumping through all kinds of hoops. So I got this Contax lens Contact 645. I've adapted it to my Nikon. Get my desk mat back up. Gotta move the camera. Ooh, so much. I don't even know why I still got the gloves on. For no reason, really. The best part of any scanning stream is when you get to take off your gloves. They just came off. Alright. Gotta get the Arca Swiss compatible plate back on this camera. Switch out the lens to my Sigma Heart. The gloves make you a pro streamer. This is like some cheap. It's like some very, very cheap, like, I don't know, cotton gloves. It's like they kind of got like a hole in them. Alright, gotta make sure it's level. Get the HDMI back in. It is definitely not level. It's like good enough at this point. Alrighty. Oh, I gotta change this lens, don't I? Alrighty. We'll switch to makers and crafting real quick and see. Probably should have done that sooner rather than later. Huh? Alright. Just switched up that title. Switched up the category. See if anyone rolls in while I finish setting up here. The suspense. The suspense is killing me because I haven't opened up the package either. Like, I'm so curious. I actually got it in yesterday, but it's like I always try to like save my packages for stream. Keyboard packages are always. We both know it. Alrighty. Switch this up. I always forget. Oh, let's just. Let me make sure it's all good and gravy. I forgot to take off this lens hood. So, here we are. We got something that I feel like, I don't know. I'm not 100% certain. I think it went a little bit under the radar. Especially, I mean, there's also this fact that like the keyboard world changes so quickly. So I'm not sure who really even knows about this at this point. Maybe it went under the radar. Maybe it's just old. This thing finally came in. I ordered it last summer. It was supposed to come in October, but there's just a bunch of delays. But take a look at this. I don't know if anyone. I don't know how many people have heard of this before. Like I've talked to a few people about it. And it's like you've usually had to explain. Oh, all right. So you're aware. Yeah, got myself a GAF 60. It was. Oh, you tried for this one? Yeah, I got lucky on that raffle. They didn't. There's something about how like they didn't realize how many people really wanted it. So then they ended up trying to like expand the availability. I remember them mentioning something about that. So I'm curious to see this point now. But yeah, it suffered a lot of delays. The guy was getting crushed over the last like month or so because he couldn't schedule like a DHL date properly. Like they were giving him all kinds of trouble. So, ooh, is this a foot? That is a foot. Okay, so we got here. I believe it is. Here is one assembly with a blue plate and a PCB. I think there's at least one more assembly. Here's another foot. 2 feet. Let's take a look at this. Well, very, very nicely wrapped. My goodness. Woo. Woo. Would you look at that? Are both the PCBs in here? Oh, both PCBs are in here. And an extra plate. And then there's this plate here. I don't particularly remember the details of this board, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. It's like, so this past summer was when I started kind of trying to get back into the world of keyboards. And so like I saw this buy because I was like, ooh, like, hey, an HHKB layout board. Let's try to get in on it. And here we are. Like it ended up happening. Moon Operator, what's going on? Good to see you. We just scanned some film, and then I wanted to sort of close this stream with this unboxing that's had me very excited. Look at that blue. That blue is crazy. I think it's showing up a little bit brighter on my stream and a little more vibrant on my stream, but to my eyes is not as it's not as saturated as like I'm looking over just at my screen here, seeing what you guys see. So it's like it's definitely real dark, real good. What are the details here? I believe it is a top mount board. It's a top mount board with some flex cuts. So I'm very, very curious to be able to try. Yeah, it's very cool. I have a million switches, and the sad part is like I don't know which to put in what, and also the switches themselves are not done. Like it's like I haven't fully modded them, and part of me is like I don't know how much I want to mod switches. Like I think honestly I think Ada like really enjoys it. she sometimes wants to work on it when she's over, and sometimes I bring stuff to her place and she'll want to just like handle it. But for me it's like damn, sometimes it just takes so long, and I'm just I'm caught up in all kinds of things. I got a lot of things going on, so it's like I'm so slow to finish. I've been working on these Telios for like several weeks now that I've been trying. Like, my intent was to try to put them into the second assembly of this Polaris. But then I'm just like, fuck. Then what do I put in this guy? Like, I wanted to make this possibly one of my next builds. But it's like I don't have any switches that are like ready to go. And I'm like, should I just go stock? Like, I feel like stock switches are underrated. Stock switches mad underrated. I don't know what y'all think, but you heard it here first. I got some stock alpacas. Stock lavenders are not bad. All right. I have a bunch of stuff stock. I have a bunch of old stock. Oh, Gawk, welcome. We got it in finally. The board from Europe. We finally got it. There is a screw just like floating around in there. That is nice. It's got some top mount flex cuts, brass weight. The blue is nice. A nice navy. I think that I may have made a small mistake in getting a second assembly, but then not getting the other plate color. Alex Happy, welcome back. This is looking hot. Thank you. So yeah, I kind of want to make this like my next build probably, but I need to ready some switches. And if anyone here knows me, it takes me forever to ready some switches. So Ada helps make it go along a lot faster. But I don't really like putting a lot on. 3 streams. 3 streams, at least you'll have content. I suppose, yeah. What board is this? This is the GAF 60 top mount. And that screw that's just floating around in there is like actually really annoying me every time that I flip it around. Finally came in. It's real good. I'm in the GAF Discord, and like I think I've said all of one thing, and I don't think any of them know that I stream, because I never say anything, and I'm not necessarily a big keyboard streamer or anything. Probably ping them at some point just saying like, hey, I'm gonna build this pretty soon. So yeah, didn't know GAF had a Discord. Yeah, it's relatively quiet, but there are too many Discords. There are too many Discords. I mean, it's like it's like I understand a reality of like, hey, I got a Discord community, and it's like I know that like when it comes to keyboards, it's not necessarily like the most poppin', but I try to get my content in there. Spelunkpunk graciously has put in like a lot of new content in there as well, so it's cool. But I'm doing a lot of other things that are not keyboard related, so for anyone who wants to be part of the CG Buen Crack City community, you're absolutely welcome. But it's all chill. GAF and GAF are different. Yeah, 2 different GAFs. I think the 2 F1s for the keyboard. I think the single F is a keycap maker, I believe. People keep asking me if I have a Discord server. Don't need to add it to the That's true. One thing I think of is like I kind of want to, but I feel like I'm too slow. But I kind of want to just like sprinkle my content in a lot of different keyboard Discords. And Spelunkpunk, I think like I'm not sure if you're doing that necessarily, but I like appreciate that you're contributing to the keyboard channel on my like on my server, and I want to be able to do that for others. GAF is the name of the board. Yeah, this is the GAF with 2 Fs. GAF 60. Definitely posting in some of the servers that I frequent. Yeah. The designer. So let me find the site here. It's gaf.works. For anyone who is interested in checking out some of the details here. Now, what is this person's name? Presumably the person's name is Gaff, but I'm not quite certain. The thing that gets me is people will create a server for one group by I love that. I actually love that. It's like, it's so ridiculous, yet it makes so much sense because this is where I want to get the updates. But I get it. I get how it would be frustrating. Because I know that there's people who like go over their limits. Oh, the fellow's name is Hannibal Chu, who is on Geekhack, formerly known as Pixel Script. So here was the IC. Rather post updates on Geekhack. That actually makes also a lot of sense. I think there's the sense that you want a Discord so that people are talking, but then like if your group buys Discord isn't cracking, then it like also looks a little weird. That way people don't that way people don't have a way of contacting you. That's brilliance. Brilliance. Discord server for singular switch spring when it's like not even like springs that are a group buy. It's just a Discord server for a picture of a spring. Discord server and IC. Oh man. So good. So good. Oh yeah. So here we are. The GAF 60. Build stream coming soon. My university does some classwork and labs on Discord. It's so weird. That is a little weird. I feel like Discord is very like, I don't know, like should not be for anything like super official. When it comes to like school or work. Well, I don't know. Same here. It's weird to see gaming themes sprinkled throughout for schoolwork. Man, yeah, it's interesting. Because I always just thought like there's like Slack, which I think is like a lot for like companies and work. And I always just thought that Discord was like the hobby nerd version of Slack. And it's definitely like, I always like when I started, I thought it was really interesting that like the keyboard community at large had moved into smaller sub communities on Discord. But I guess it makes a lot of sense. Like I had never picked up quickly enough. Like it was surprising to me to find out that like some of my favorite games, like the communities are all built around Discord. So but it makes a lot of sense. It's how people can talk to each other quickly. Like I'm into Splatoon and I was like not on Splatoon Discords and I'm just like getting no information and not getting any better. And then I realized, yeah, this is where you move. This is where you go. So yeah, this is likely gonna be the next keyboard I build. I got keyboards stacked up in the pantry. Keyboards that are unbuilt, assemblies that are unbuilt, old stuff that I want to rebuild. I just got so much, but I'm just so slow to it. And it's just that constant question of like, Do I gotta ready the switches or do I want to go stock? Do I want to spread it out? What it is I want to do. But this will be the next one, and I'm happy that it's finally here. When Animal Crossing first came out, there were a lot of wholesome mini communities on Discord for trading, turnips, stargazing. Yeah. A lot of the main ones are so. Oh yeah, I just wanted to say I enjoyed the Geek Hack thread you sent in the keyboards channel. Really interesting read. Yeah. All right. So I'll post that here. Because I don't wanna force anyone to like have to go through, you know, no one here should be like pressured into joining my Discord. So I'll just kind of send over what I have here. Left control on ease. Oh shit. That's not what I wanted to paste. I accidentally almost just posted a Discord message. This is what I ended up posting. I was trying to transfer some high pro, like from a full size Topre, like a real force. I had a full size Topre real force, which is the only way that you got like the ANSI high pro caps at the time, at least the ones that come directly, from I guess the Topre Corporation, I suppose. And I wanted to put them onto an 87U because I was big on TKLs at the time. The problem was that the left control's Topre stem was rotated 90 degrees. So there's that post where I just started talking about it, and people were, there's a nice little discussion there. None of whom I think I actually followed anything that they said. What I ended up doing was I ended up sending off the left control to an artisan maker. He's Hipster Punks. He's the guy that does KBKs and KWKs, and I guess he like kind of retired-ish. But I think he might have been the one to do gaff mats. 2014, I wasn't even born yet. But yeah, so I sent it over to him, and he basically he dremeled off the stem of the keycap, basically remade it, and I can send these pictures off as well. 2 pictures here. He basically remade it. He sent it back to me, and he dropped in this, this I guess KWK mummy, which, as I've found out, are like pretty rare at this point in time. So it's like I've kept it around. These are pictures I took with my phone from around that time, 2014 or 2015. I'm sad to say, honestly, though, that I did end up selling it off about a year later, and it's like part of me kind of regrets it, but it's kind of just how things unfold. You can't really regret too hard. Can't have too many regrets. I have a big old regret. And I wished I didn't regret it, but it's just the way things are, I guess. I was around for the I guess when the KMac Happy came out, and I had no interest in the Happy hacking layout then. There was no keycap adaptability for it at the time. And that was like 2012, 2013 or so. And it's just sad to say, it's like, it sucks because it was around for so long, and like I could see the price steadily increasing because I'm pretty sure that thing sold for like 200-ish, 300-ish at the time. And like through the years, I slowly saw it go up. Like it went to like 500 in like 2015, 2016-ish, and by then I still wasn't interested. I think as recently as like a year and a half ago, I'd been out of the hobby for a long while, but I was like looking back at historical like RMM posts. A year and a half ago, someone was selling one for like, they were going for around 800 to 1200. But then like within the last year of the very, very rare sales that have come up, it's like they've been upwards of like 1,500. And it's like, man, so much regret. I wish that I got in on it early. Um, Part of me is like, fuck, like I want one. I really, really do. I want one. And part of me is thinking like, maybe I'll throw down. But at the same time, it's just like, fuck, can't even find one. I can't even find one that's available. Um, so if anyone's got any leads on a KMac Happy, let me know. I know that Alex had sent me over a lead, but I never followed up because I think I was just like wasn't ready to spend on it at the time, and it was the one colorway that I think I was not as interested in because I think there were three of them. So I kind of lacked, and then the guy ended up he had it up for trade for a long while, and then he finally put it out for sale. Um, and then I think that got swooped up like within like an hour or two. Spelunpunk doesn't Lightning have one? Yeah, he does. He has the silver, I think like the silverish one. There's a silver, and then there's a titanium gray, which is like a little darker. And there's a red. They all have red plates. And part of me like looks at the red one as like, well, shit. Like if it's red, I kind of just like have this stupid feeling of like, well, you can get a lot of like, there's a lot of opportunities to get like red boards, but like that whole like red plate with the titanium just looks like so good, and it's like I know what it is. So I'm kind of like holding out hope that I can like find one and maybe just like throw down like whatever the cost is, but I'll just have to see because I feel like the next time some like one goes up, it's probably just going to be even crazier. I've skipped on a lot of sought after boards, but I don't really regret it. Um, it's a good mentality. Like it's just like I think like for me, I'm looking at it like there's been some fantastic looking boards, and I have no idea how they actually like really are, but they're fantastic looking boards that I've just missed because I was gone from the hobby or I was just sleeping. Um, and I'm all about the HHKBs. It's like fuck, like I fucked up on like I whiffed bad on like timing for the K R2 because I'm just like shit. That olive would have been like so good looking. What's your most expensive aftermarket purchase? Uh oh. I've been buying a lot on the aftermarket, like ever since entering into the hobby, and it's like it's not good. It's not necessarily the healthiest thing for myself, and I know it's like not necessarily the healthiest thing for the community. But it's like there are things that I've seen where I'm just like, man, I feel like I really just wanna have it. Like it's bad. So I have ones where it's like most expensive. Might not be the worst, if you know what I mean. It's like I think I've overspent on things that weren't my most expensive, which I can recognize as bad. Let me poke around and find out because I do keep receipts. So give me a second while we find it for you. So I will say so what I will say is this. Um I got a Viper V3 and I got a Polaris. And both of them I got like sort of like two assembly setups for where it's like I have like for the Viper I have two plates and two PCBs. For the Polaris I have two plates and two PCBs. And both of them, each of them I got the whole like bundles for 500. And I think the Polaris was like a definite overpay, but I really wanted a yellow. And I'm just like I wasn't having an easy time finding one. Trying to see if there was anything else that was crazier. Give me a second while I try to do a little discovery. Yellow definitely a good choice. Oh, that screw popped out. Finally came out. All right, I got that screw out. Yellow looks good. It really does. it looks orange. And I think that might disappoint people, but it's like, for me, I'm like, nah, it's fantastic. I really like it. Let me see. Let's see what else I can find. What else? What other purchases have I made? So I don't think that there is necessarily things I don't think there's things that I've spent more on aftermarket, specifically aftermarket. There are things that are not aftermarket that I've spent a lot on. Even more than like 500-ish for. Like, I mean, I think the gaff itself with the 2 assemblies was around 500-ish. I got a big one. I got a couple. I mean, some of these are a little ridiculous. Like, Dots R2. I spent like 500 on. And I already got, and here's another thing, I already had a Dots R1 that I got aftermarket. That wasn't, I mean, it wasn't 500, but it was just like still pricey. Yeah. I did spend a lot. I spent a lot aftermarket on things that are not. They weren't as high as that. Oh, all Hex. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. No, this is just this is a Polaris. E yellow. I've never bought a board on the aftermarket before. Very good choice, Gawk. So yeah, this is a Ski Data Plus. This is the first run of Ski Data from 2016. I do have an Artisan that what did I do with it? I don't even know where I put it. I think I put it away earlier. It's in the pantry. Mr. Vintage. Forgot which stream I was in. There's a lot of vintages. I mean, vintage 2016. We're just talking about Spelunk Punk was asking me about very irresponsible purchases, and part of me is like yeah, I guess I'll talk about it on stream. I'll talk about my irresponsible purchases on stream. And he was asking what's the most I've spent on anything aftermarket, and I want to say that like the Viper bundle, the Viper V3 bundle, and the Polaris bundles that I got the Just Systems Hypro board aftermarket. Oh, I would rather not say how much I paid. Ew. Okay. Understood. Let's take a look at that. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember a lot of people have talked about it. That's the one that you posted up earlier, right? So crazy. So crazy, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I was doing some of that Real Force stuff. That's what I posted a little bit earlier in the Discord. And pricey. Okay, so Splunk Punk wanted me to share. He wanted to be enlightened. I mentioned that I've definitely overspent on the aftermarket. But my highest aftermarket purchase like probably stops at the Viper and the Polaris bundles, which they were even. For those just tuning in, I will say it again. I spent 500. 500 on a Polaris bundle, which had like 2 plates, 2 PCBs, and was an E-yellow. I also got that Viper V3 bundle, which is 2 plates and 2 PCBs, also for 500. The problem that I want to mention is that I've spent things that are not $500. They're less than $500, but were definite huge overpays, like mostly key sets. And then I've also spent more than 500 on non-aftermarket stuff. Okay, all right, let's read this. Not aftermarket, but I got some new old stock Vince, which I realize is kind of pointless and way more expensive than normal lens. Bro, um, yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy thinking like 8 years ago, I got two Wise keyboards for $40, and they were so incredibly smooth. And I moved them. I sold them like a couple, like not the boards, but like the switches and the boards they were in. I sold them like a couple of years later. And like I'm thinking about it now, it's crazy because it's like there's no way you're gonna get that price today, literally because the whole idea of like a vintage, like a worn down switch is that like they're old and there's just less of them circulating now. And it's like it's just crazy to think. It's like I basically got it like a hundred incredibly smooth switches for $20, and then two boards makes it 200 switches for $40. Meanwhile, like that same thing, it's like 10x. It's 10x now because like I'm just like a quick look at RMM is someone selling like a hundred Vints for like $200. Crazy, crazy. And it's like I moved all those Vints. It's like I don't have them anymore. I think I built a keyboard for Andy, Android Pork, who's a VIP in this stream. I built one for him like 5 years ago. Just like it's like a quick fire rapid, just like a Cooler Master board. Hey, hey, Bubble tease me. Thank you for the big old raid. Big old raid. Hope your stream was good. Yeah, shouts out. Shouts out. Bubble tease me. If you ain't following her, she does some chill streams. Some super chill streams. So thank you for the raid. Hope it went well. Just chatting a little about some very irresponsible purchases. um, yeah. So I never actually got to some of those purchases. Um, I don't know how much I really want to say. Uh, um, how much and what they are, but maybe I should. We were just chilling, drinking tonight. Right on. Well, I'm glad it was like a fine little chill stream. And I appreciate you sending over all the viewers. It's real nice. We were doing some film scanning a little bit earlier, and we were unboxing this board I finally got in yesterday. I'll show you here. This is a GAF 60. Raffled off in like last summer. This was last summer, and it was due to come in like October, but there was just a bunch of delays. And here we are. We got the nice blue color. Oh my God, what did you buy? Spelunk was the one primarily asking. I'm not sure if he is still around here. But I'll say a few things here. How about this? I won't say prices. I won't say prices. But what I will say is that on the aftermarket, even though they weren't as high as like say some of these keyboards that I bought on the aftermarket, I will say I've overspent a lot on Tulip. I have overspent on GMK Dark. Let's see. Unforgettable, aka Unforgettable. Welcome to the stream. Hey mate. Welcome. Just chatting about things we shouldn't have bought, but we did. So GMK Dark and Tulip are the big ones where it's just like I definitely overpaid. What else? Uh, this is not really aftermarket, but it's just like overseas extras. I overpaid on ASCII, I think. Taking a look here and seeing if I could find anything else that was just like huge flagrant overpays. Not sure if I see anything else necessarily that were just so egregious. Oh, were you around to pick up any Ivan Stowe sets on eBay, $40 each? I did not. When was this? I do have those Ivan Stowe sets, but from the original group buy. I could pull some of them out. I kind of want to share them because they are actually really cool. Because like some of these colorways, I feel like you can't really find really as commonly. Like I don't see very many pictures of some of these colorways, but I have a really cool one, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it wherever it is. Is this it? Where the hell is it? I'm just losing everything. Give me a second, guys. We're gonna find it. Filco. Where's my Filco? That's not it. Oh, here it is. Actually, this one's not. Now I'm thinking about it now. Oh God, that had to be like 2 years ago. Oh shoot. Okay. This is not MSTO. This is actually EPBT, but I can grab some of the other MSTO ones. But this one is pretty chill. This is again, it's EPBT, but it's pretty old, and I haven't seen it run. So this is like a Cyan Cyrillic. But I do have a couple other MSTO sets. I actually sold off a really, what I think is a really rare MSTO set. I sold it off to Kimchi Jody Boy because it's like I wasn't using it, and the thing is, like, a lot of these I'm not gonna use because I only use HHKBs, and none of these like are kitted for HHKBs. So I gave Kimchi the deal of his life on this Imsto set. It was what the hell? I'm looking for some shit here. I don't know, what am I looking for? It was a black on gray Imsto set. It was like one of the original like OG Imsto. This OG Imsto is like, you're talking like Imsto used to only do like this dark gray and this like bubblegum blue. Yeah, I sold him that Korean one. Yeah, it's like black on gray with the brown hungul. I try my best to pronounce it, but you know, I'm really bad. Hungul. I'm trying. So I sold that one to him because I just wasn't using it. Let's see here. But we got some other cool shit here. So I think this is another EPBT one, but this is what the fuck? This is Black Desco, or not Black Desco, Black Cyrillic. So it's like they're bagged, but it's just like let me get this here. Yeah. What else aren't you using, DM? I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things I don't use. Oh shit, I shouldn't have thrown them in there, huh? There's a lot of things I don't use. And there's those things I don't use, I eventually want to move them. For you guys, you know, for you guys being here, I mean, like, I'll think of you guys whenever it is that I actually like do move them, but I feel like it's not going to be for a while because I'm going to keep a lot of stuff around. I'm going to take some pictures, probably do some, you know, streams or videos on them before I move them. But I will let you know that while I don't have a list of all those things like super handy right now, I will think of you guys if you guys would be interested in buying them. So these are the two EPBT sets. Cyrillic, one was black, one is cyan. This one looks like more like a sky blue, but I think on stream it might actually be coming in as cyan. It doesn't seem that bright to me, but here are a couple of other Ivan Imsto. You know, back in the day, this was like 2013, 2012. Imsto's name was, or sorry, Ivan Ivanovich. His name used to be Lysol. Just some little trivia for y'all. So this one right here is like a AEK rendition. I'm just trying to show this. Throw this down here. It's like I kind of wish that like I had like a picture that it just wasn't a bunch of shit scattered. But yeah, hopefully you guys get the picture. Let's try. Kind of getting overexposed here, so hopefully this is a little bit better. Yeah, so this was an AEK like redo on, you know, Imsto PBT. And then the final one that I want to show here, that was Imsto. We got Irish. Imsto Irish. The Irish one I think is really cool. Let me get this in a shot. Yeah. There you have it. I could dump all these out if you guys really want to see them, but it's like, so all of these early, yeah, Royal Alpha, yeah, I actually also have that GMK Royal Alpha typewriter one as well. Yeah, these are clean. The only thing, man, I just really wish that they were kitted for HHKBs. I think it was Gawk. Gawk might have been the one who suggested, yeah, if you just buy like EPBT now, they'll have kitting, and then you could just use that. So that like could be an option. I think the bummer part of it is that like they wouldn't be this green, you know, like they wouldn't have these green legends. I think for the EPBT that Science Cyrillic, that might be like more reasonable to try to like match to EPBT today. But yeah. So with that said, in all 100% honesty, I want to say that like down the line, like a year from now, I don't think that these 4 sets that you guys see right now are going to be in my possession. I mean, there's a chance maybe for one or both of those EPBT sets that I might try to retrofit an HHKB modern stuff, but like this Imsto, as cool and as sick as it is, I feel like I would eventually at some point move this. So I'll reach back out to you guys in like a year or however long it takes for me to get through all the content that I might end up planning for these. The CG Buen stream special. The gratitude I have for you guys being here tonight. Can sell it and get EPBT Royal Alpha. I feel bad about this, but I called dibs on the green ones. Let's see EPBT Royal Alpha. take a look at that. That might work. I also have the GMK Royal Alpha typewriter, which one part that really bugs me is that the pipe key, the 1.5 pipe key, there's no 1.5 backspace key. But what ticks me off most, even more than these older GMK and old PBT sets that don't have a backspace key, is that the pipe key has a backspace sub-legend. And I'm just like, I'm so like ticked off about that. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, you had it, you almost had it. You were so close to having it, but you didn't have it. The blue Cyrillic was so nice on that board. The mods were super nice. Yeah. I agree. I agree. So I have a Soya Kara coming in, Ramakara. And I think that like a lot of beige sets are gonna go really, really well with it. I also think I might consider getting a Soya thermal as well on this next buy. The tattoo on your side say TYBG. It absolutely does. Quick side note before we get back to keyboards. It absolutely says that. Two is that Lil B actually just started streaming on Twitch. And like, man, for like a rapper, like first of all, like rappers who start off on Twitch typically aren't very good. But day one, Lil B's day one stream was actually crazy entertaining. And I think he was on again today for his second stream. So give Lil B. I'm gonna shout out Lil B. Just like for anyone interested. I don't know who here would be interested. Maybe all Hex, you might be interested. But shout out Lil B. He actually got the 4-letter username Lil B on Twitch. Check him out. His shit is hilarious. And I mean it's as you would expect because it's Lil B is awesome. All right, back to it. It says EPVT X Donut Cat, but I did all the work in the end and I didn't even get sent a set. And when I asked KBD fans about it, they said they had no sets left to send to me. That's fucked up. Shit. Damn. That's crazy, man. Chris, have a good rest of the stream. I go to sleep now. Thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you have a good night's rest. And I'll see you next time. Appreciate it. Gog, that's kind of super messed up, man. I feel like I'm gonna talk to you later. See you soon. Yep. All right. Gog, we gotta fix that, man. One day I'm gonna find you one, Gog. I'm gonna find you one, or maybe one day whenever I get rid of either Imsto Irish or GMK Royal Alpha typewriter. You know, we'll see what happens then, but I'll reach out. I can cause a fuss with KBD fans and they will probably make a set for me. All right. That's crazy though, man. But that's super cool, man. Doc, you're like a hero, man, in the keyboard community. We're in the presence of some royalty. Gawk. His fingerprints all over keyboards. Literally and figuratively. It's a cool set though. EPBT. Royal Alpha. Me and Ada, we've tried out a couple of sets. I think like I have EPBT. We got her some EPBT as well. We got the blank pink. Um, EPBT, I think, just in general, is interesting because I think what they provide in terms of all the colorways is just like super super awesome. But um, I honestly don't like the texture that much. I think that I've played with some other PBT sets and some other ABS sets for that matter, and EPBT is like the texture I feel like is like it's not terrible, but it's just like man, I wished it were better. All hex, what is the Polaris built with? This right here, this assembly is it's a polycarbonate plate, half plate, with Zelio V2, lubed, filmed, all that. Ada and I worked on it together on all the switch moddings. Yeah. There is case foam underneath because how do I like them? I actually like the dryish texture on the EPBT. It's like a little too dry. I've used BSP before, and I did get CRP recently, and I did actually get some OG dye subs, and I kind of do like those more so than the EPBT like mega roughness. All hex, how do you like them? So Zelio's like V2s. Okay, so here's my thing. Um, tactile switches. Um, I have a love-hate relationship with tactile switches. I like that there's a bump downwards. I don't like how they return. Like I don't like how tactile switches have like the way that they return upwards is like a little bit weird. Um and that's not confined to any given tactile. It's like all tactiles. It's just like I'm kind of just like a little bit bothered by that. But that said, the fact that there's no pre-travel and the fact that the bump downwards is like, as big as it is, I think is like super super awesome. So I will say that. I will give it that. I also will say that even regardless of how I feel like, like I don't like that thing that I just said, um I also think that I type more accurately and I type faster um with tactiles. I think linears, I like how they feel better, but it's a shit show. uh, CRP texture is nice. CRP texture is definitely my favorite PBT texture. Shined ePBT is similar, but CRP molds are overall better anyways. If CRP keeps the same quality after 2.2, we're golden. Okay. I haven't actually honestly thrown on any of the CRP or any of the. I did get a set of OG dye subs. Um, they're SAD though. They're not SAV. So they're an ISO layout. But the nice interesting thing is that the seller was also selling, and it was probably why this is I overpaid for this. Um, so that was another thing I overpaid on OG dye subs. But um, he actually was selling it with a set of GMK missing keys. So it kind of just all like worked out, like in terms of like being able to retrofit it onto an HHKB, which is why I bought it in the first place. And so like, I mean, of course, like in terms of legending, it's gonna be all off because like quartz and the punctuation. Um, I saw that two price. Okay, so if we saw the same thing, it's like yeah, I ended up buying that. If you saw that, that was like maybe about a month or two ago or so. Have you tried JWK pewters? I haven't yet. I've been seeing a couple people stream about them. I'm curious. I'm curious because like I remember like Cherry Brown was like the first Switch I ever tried, and I never. I really really liked them when I started, and I never hated them. I think I got caught up, and I think it's still today to this day. I still got caught up on like this idea that there's a community that like likes or that might not like Browns as much, and it's like there's a lot of focus on the bigger bumps. But I never hated Browns, so it's like I might want to go back and just try to throw them on a board. And I heard that like pewters are like kind of similar, to browns, but maybe like a little bit bigger. I don't know. I haven't tried them, but I was kind of just hearing. So it's like I feel like they're definitely worth a shot. I might try to go for. I might try to do a little pickup on some pewters. I hate big bumps. Um, I don't know. I don't hate them, but I think that like I think I don't like them as much as a lot of people have liked them, even like in the community of just like, you know, really hyping them up. Went from Browns to Zelios, V1 to V2, back to V1, and I want to go back to Browns. um, yeah, I gotta throw them. I gotta throw them on a board. Part of me is like, shit. Like, one thing I wanted to do is like, for all of these, like I have now 3 boards where I have like multiple PCBs and plates. Um, I kind of want to like use those as opportunities to like compare, like almost like A/B test, like similar or related switches. So like my thought, even though these are not necessarily even comparable, my thought was that like for my second PCB and plate combo on the Polaris, I was gonna throw on some Telios. Even though it's like linear versus this huge ass bump, it's like they're related, so I wanted to throw them on. But like maybe it's like I could just do like the actual like switch construction. Like I'm thinking like I have 2 PCBs for my Viper, and it's like maybe I should throw on MX Brown, like cherry brown for one, and then pewters for the other. Maybe for this, you know, this GAF 60, I could do like a comparison of linears, and then maybe for this um, Polaris, I'll do comparisons of like big bumps. I realized I like tactile after I tried Topre. ZV1s greater than ZV2s. Topre is just a god tier tactile switch. Which domes you rock? 55 domes, recently used 45. If you want to venture into heavier, try BKE heavies. I audibly said, holy shit, when I put them into my real force. I was using 55 grams, and it's like, so 55 gram domes, it's like, they got a lot of hype the same way I feel like Cherry Clears or like Zelio when they started were getting a lot of hype. You know, that big bump or like was kind of getting the same looks as like heavier domes. I'm a 45 gram guy, just through and through. Like I tried 30 gram domes from that like super. I don't know. I think there was a super light board that had 30 gram domes, like a JIS board from way back. So I tried those. I remember trying a friend's. I think they were BKE domes, and they felt good, but I was just like, I'm a 45 guy. Not a fan of the binary type of feel that BKEs provide. I really like that rounded feel of Topre. Yeah, I'm a 45. I actually had a 55 gram. What was that? The the numpad. I had a 55 gram numpad, and I just straight up like, I was like, I don't like 55 gram anything, and I mean like I guess I should have just kept it for, you know, just for the fact that like it's like rare kind of, yeah, the 23U, yeah, it's kind of like rare, and like, you know, it's like the 55 gram version of the 23U, which like went missing for a really long time. I'm not sure if it like went back into production, but I was just like, fuck this, like I'm not even gonna use this numpad, and even if I did use it, it's like I don't like 55 grams, so I just ended up trading with some guy who had a 45 straight up, and I'm sure that guy was like super thrilled. But I'm just like, I'm gonna keep the 45. It's like, it's what you like, right? Um, so yeah. Yeah, I didn't really like the 55 gram domes at first, but when I got used to it, I really like the snap of that, of the tactility. Uh, I mean, if you guys want to see more shit, I got some more shit to show you guys. We'll turn it into that kind of night, but this might be like, this might be one of the last things I show y'all before I head off. But I do want to show you guys some. I've brought it out I'm not sure if I brought it out on stream before, but you guys get to see it. Actually, you might have seen it already, Splunk Punk, but I gotta look for it. I found it. Ooh. Dude, I'm all about shit. Oh, y'all didn't see that, did you? There's an address on here. It was like 2 addresses ago. 3 addresses. Oh man, 3 addresses ago. I have here a real force, 55 grams. And if you know anything about this is a Digilog case. Yeah. So, Digilog. Yeah, I've definitely heard of them. Digilog is interesting. This must have been 2014 maybe. I think it was 2014. Basically, I think at least for me, I could only find it on eBay at the time. They were selling like it was like an eBay seller selling new stock of Digilog. I think it was the Digilog guy selling these. So I picked one up at the time. It was like about $300 for this case. And I remember thinking like, man, I just spent $300 on an aftermarket case, like a custom-ish case. And I was just thinking like, man, especially at the time, like, everyone as they sort of grow, it's like I make more now than I did then, but like back then it's like 300 was like a lot. I was like, damn, I just like spent the cost of a Wii U. I remember I literally bought a Wii U right before it. And then I bought this and I'm like, fuck, these are like the same price. And like the case is just a case. But it's a gnarly case. I gotta say. Fuck yeah, Wii U. Here's the crazy thing is that like this came with a hub. Like I can't get over that. Like they added a hub. Whereas like, all right, I'm just gonna say it now. One of the purchases I've made, um, one of the purchases I have made, it's the single like most expensive single keyboard purchases I've made. The most. Um, I got a heavy grail. So that's gonna come out, or that's gonna come in the summer. It's supposed to come out in the summer. The thing about the heavy grail is that like the version they made for the HHKB Pro 2 removes it removes the USB hub. And it's just like I find it so crazy that this Digilog case did the opposite, where it added a USB hub to a board that didn't have one. I also got the heavy grail in Veracity Steel. I also did. I also got it in Veracity Steel. So I guess that makes us Veracity bros, I suppose. But you know the funny thing about my Veracity Steel purchase? I saw your post on the keyboards channel and I just laughed internally. The ridiculous thing about my purchase though is that like I have an HHKB Pro 2. And I bought the Veracity Steel case for the Pro 3. So it's like I also now have to buy a Pro 3. And I did that intentionally. It wasn't an accident. I'm just like, no, I want the Pro 3. But it's like now I gotta get it. Yeah, the USB-C, yeah. So yeah, anyways, the reason I brought this out to sort of explain here was this real force is a 55-gram silenced real force. And then I threw it in the Digilog case. And what I'll say is this. I don't use TKLs anymore. So it's like, this is getting no light. This is getting no light of day. Even if I did use a TKL, I actually don't like 55-gram domes. Nor do I like silenced. So it's like, there's so many things in here that I think conceptually, I guess, are supposed to be cool. But none of it is for me. I bought an old JDL from Yahoo Japan. Wait, what is a JDL? Last time I ever imported Topre. Is that different from the Just Systems? I'm curious now. I'm gonna get this back in the box. Because I do want to look this thing up. What is a JDL? Topre JDL. Oh, I think I've seen a picture of like I think one of these, I think it might have been the top one, just in passing at some point several years ago. It's a neat looking keyboard harvesting the alphas. That's super sick. I think collecting is super cool, but I think also I'm at a stage, like I'm at a mentality now where it's like I really only want to collect things that I'll use, and I'll only use HHKBs. So it's like it's a good and a bad thing, because I know that like a lot of people would think, and I kind of get a feeling that like I'm missing out on a lot of cool stuff. But on the other hand, it's a good thing because it's like, okay, now I can hone in. I can hone in on a couple things. Like I don't have to be spending a lot more money on stuff that I'm not going to use. And two is that like I'm also honing in my money on stuff that is like technically like not as popular, I feel like, as like a TKL or a 65. So it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. It's like, I think that I can technically in some cases and in some ways get like better deals for that reason. Definitely agree with you there. Will you use all your HHKBs? I'm going to use all of them. All of them. I got a Switch Couture stacked acrylic ET60 HHKB unbuilt, and I'm planning on building that, and I'm planning on using it. Even over my Polaris, my Viper, my Eagle, my actual HHKB. You know, I'm going to get that Veracity Steel Holy Grail or Heavy Grail. I'm going to build that, but I mean, I'm not going to use that all the time. I'm going to get that in rotation. Along with my gaff, along with my stacked acrylic, all of it. I don't think you're really saving any money if you plan on getting every HHKB that comes out, though. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right about that. Absolutely right. But at the same time, hey, like, I don't have to think about getting a Vega. I don't have to think about getting like an F18X or an F284. I don't have to think about like, you know, a TGR Janes. You know, I don't have to think of KFEs. Like, I don't have to think about any of these things. It's like, yeah, it's just like, those are like, you guys can have them. It's also nice because barely anyone makes Topre Artisans. Soon you will need to get, you need to rotate every hour to be able to get through them. Oh heck, none of that. I actually okay. That's I am buying like. So when I say HHKBs, I mean HHKB layout boards, which a lot of them, most of them now at this point are they're MX. So it's like I still am getting MX artisans here and there. I've started dipping my toes back into getting MX artisans, and I've definitely had some aftermarket overpays on those as well. So yeah, it's a reality. I was trying to focus on the wall positive. It's true. It's true. I really wish that man, I kind of really wish Click Clack was still out there, like Clack Factory, still doing stuff. Um, would be nice. I feel like I've definitely missed out. On the other hand, I definitely was able to get in on some cool ass shit. EK restocks Clack skulls every so often. It's bought to hell. Oh, I didn't know they were. So I remember going last time and seeing that they had like a red up that was sold out. But that's a bummer about that. Um, yeah, I what's really cool? I think if you guys know about what Krellbit's doing, he's basically making like these like labyrinths to like actually get in on hyped stuff, hyped extras. And I think it's like so awesome that he's doing that because then it's like you gotta really get into it if you really really want it, and even then it's just like the mad frenzy and knowing that like at least there it doesn't appear to be like bottable um super hard, at least I don't think. So I think like what he's doing super super sick for that reason, but not everyone's gonna do that. Not everyone's gonna put in that effort, and I think like it goes well with, I guess, who he is. Um, but yeah, HHKBs gotta get in on more as they come along. Any big keyboard maker ever make an HHKB, it's like I'm gonna be there. Any HHKB that's already been made, I'm gonna try to get in on it. I think again, there's been stuff I've missed, but we're trying to get back into the groove of all of it. So it's gonna be chill. Alrighty, alrighty. I think that might be it for me tonight. So yeah, we did scans today, and we opened this guy up. I think depending on how things go. So just so everyone knows, because everyone might not already know, this is a little bit separate. So Gawk, this is vaguely related, but it'll all come together. So I am now offering a service. I will take commissions if anyone has any photo film that they would like to be developed and then scanned on stream. I'm now providing a service for that for anyone who may be interested. Um, so depending on how well this goes, it's really just in a trial phase right now. My first client is my guy Alex. We were scanning his film earlier, followed by just some other scans that I was doing for my own rolls of film as well. But depending on how well this goes, might get into like if this goes really well, might get into a cadence where like every other week I do like I'll alternate between you know doing some keyboard streams and then doing some film scanning streams. Just depending on how it goes. So if any of you guys have any photo film, or if you guys know anybody who would, I am offering the service, and I am offering it at I think a price that is very very well reasonable. And you could check the receipts. You could see how well you might think that this looks. on stream if you just want to check out any of my previous streams of the things that I've shot and developed and scanned. So tell your friends. We did today was a nice little photography stream, but I think next Thursday we are gonna go back to a keyboard stream. I'll see if I have some, some switches done by then for this gaff build. Otherwise, if not, then we might be doing some switch prep streams that are gonna be a little more chill, and that's content where we can sort of chat and have some fun, talking like this. But yeah, I think I'm just about to wrap it up. So yeah, that's the service for anybody else who's interested in joining the Discord for some exclusive content, notifications for when I go on live, some chill chatting about all the different types of stuff that I do stream and things that I'm interested in. It's all there. Voice chat as well, all of that. PZ Load Letter, welcome and thank you again for being here. And yeah, so just before we wrap it up, again, also bits and subscriptions, I send off like all the money I get from those to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. We had a good month, I think, last month, so I got to get that donation in still. But if you do want to donate directly to them, I dropped that link. That's where I put all those donations as well, and that way Twitch might not take a cut if you want to send any donations there. And if you want to get some, if you want to write it off on your taxes, you get that little benefit as well if you drop it in there. All Hex, I got to show you something on Discord. I would be so glad to see it. So glad. So yeah, if you wanna join in, you got all those links. I got all those links for you guys. My film service form, my Discord, my charity link, all of that. But yeah, I'm just about to wrap it up. We had a little bit of a longer stream, just chatting towards the end here. But I appreciate all you guys being here, and shouts out. Bubble tease me for the big ol' raid, and all you guys for being here to chat and just talk about keyboards and spending too much money and all this ridiculous bullshit. Okay. Again, appreciate you all. Have a good night here from San Francisco, or have a good day for wherever you guys all might be. I'm gonna raid Pen Birdie. I don't think I've ever raided her before. So thank you guys again for being here. Have a good night and take care, all.